Today is a very special Sunday. Every Sunday is very special, of course, because every Sunday is like Easter. It's like Pascha. Every Sunday we celebrate Jesus' resurrection. And it's so great, you know. Today we have a special saint named Gregory Palamas. Saint Gregory Palamas of Thessaloniki. He was the archbishop in Constantinople, in Thessaloniki, excuse me. Just like our archbishop, Soterios, is the archbishop of Canada. Saint Gregory Palamas was the archbishop of Thessaloniki. And he taught some very beautiful things. He lived in the 14th century. He taught so many beautiful things about how God lives inside us, everywhere around us. He's everywhere. God created everything. He created all the galaxies. Some of you older children are studying in school, and we found out through the scientists that there are millions of galaxies. And God is bigger than all those galaxies. He created it all. He's bigger than everything. But there's a story I want to tell you about a simple man who explained the deep theology of Saint Gregory Palamas in a simple way, because even the most simple people can understand that God is with us everywhere. One time there was this very rich man from Greece who moved to North America. I don't know if he was in Canada or in America, I'm not sure. But he got very rich, really rich. He had like millions of dollars. He had all kinds of businesses and everything. And unfortunately, he started not going to church. He didn't go to church anymore. He got so rich, he was relaxing, enjoying. He'd go on vacations all the time, and on Sundays he'd go and lay on the beach, or he'd relax, or he wouldn't go to church. He stopped believing in God. And then one time later on in his life, when he was like a papu, like 75 years old, he thought he'd go back to Greece and see how things are in his chorion, his little chorion somewhere in the mountains in Greece. So he went all the way to Greece, took an airplane, of course. But guess what? He was so rich, he wanted to take his big car. He had a huge car, one of the nicest cars. He wanted to take it with him to Greece so he could show it off in his chorion. So he got it, they shipped it over, I don't know if on the plane or on the boat. He got up to his chorion, and he's driving around one day in the chorion, and then outside of the chorion, up in the mountains, beautiful trees, the birds are chirping, the sun is shining. He's driving around in his big fancy car. And up against the road there, he saw an old man that looked like it was his friend from school when he was a little boy. He says, "That's Nico. I think that's Nico." So he drives up next to Nico. He rolls down his window. He puts his hand on the door there. He says, "Yasu, Nico, Tiganis." And Nico looked in the car. "Si, say, Yanni, is that you, Yanni?" He says, "Yeah." He says, "I thought you were in America." "I am, but I came for a vacation here." Bravo. And then Yanni said to Nico, he said, "Nico, where are you going early in the morning out here in the country?" He said, "Well, today's Sunday. I'm going to church." And Yanni said, "Nico, do you still believe in that stuff? Come on, wake up, get out of the old ages. This is the modern times. You don't have to believe in God and in gospels and priests and all those things." And Nico was like scared. He couldn't believe that Yanni was talking like that. He said, "Yanni, don't you remember how we grew up? Mom and our yaya and everybody taught us. We used to go to church every Sunday and pray to God." "Come on," Yanni said. "You believe in that stuff? Come on, get with it." And poor Nico didn't know what to say. He was so afraid for his brother there, was losing his faith in God. And then Yanni was really being a smart aleck, and he said to Nico, he says, "Well, tell me, Nico." He says, "Is your God a big God or is he a little God?" And Nico, simple man in the chorion there, he said, "Yanni, we learned all these things when we were little." He says, "God is so big that the whole world cannot contain him. The whole world, all of these galaxies everywhere can't contain him. But he becomes so little that he comes into each and every one of us in Holy Communion." And Yanni started to cry. He was tearing. And he said to Nico, he says, "Come on, Nico, get in the car. We'll go to church together." That man, that Nico, taught the same thing that St. Gregory Palamas taught. St. Gregory Palamas taught us that God is everywhere. He's all around us. He's bigger than the whole world. And he comes inside of us when we take Holy Communion. Isn't that beautiful? You know as much as St. Gregory Palamas. How about that?